No words, pictures, or even video can explain the last 2 days I've experienced, but I'll give it my best shot. We packed our overnight bags and took our long journey to Platon. In our rickety bus, we went off-roading. 2 hours moving up and down, side to side on a dirt road. I will never again complain about a pothole as long as I exist. Oh, and we went through a river too. On the way, we picked up Berthony. He is the reason I was introduced to mustard seed missions. Last time we met was in Easthampton, Mass. At the bigdas home. He had just had his surgery at Mercy Medical Center, and I interviewed him for a story. If it weren't for the procedure, he wouldn't be alive today. But thankfully he is, and now we're on his turf. He joined our team, and we parked at the base of the mountain. We packed our supplies, and now the real journey, a hike to the top. I have to say I'm in pretty good shape, but this mountain was a monster.
How you guys doing?
Never better. Couldn't possibly be better. This is beautiful. Very good.
And Rob was a trooper. He was sick as a dog, but was determined to come, so we made him hop on a donkey. It was steep, miles long, and with the stone and mud you had to look down with every single step. But in those moments to glance up, a picture-perfect view at every single angle. Surreal. We got to the top and didn't waste any time. The isolated village of people were awaiting our arrival. Everyone so friendly, greeting us with a smile and bonjour. We spent a little time setting up the clinic and took our first patients in. The diagnoses here are even worse than the others we visited. Mustard seed missions is the only medical care they ever see. We ended the clinic about dusk, and because we didn't get enough walking in, we decided to take a hike a few miles more to the fort. It was like an ice skating rink with the red mud and sharp stones. What's unbelievable is that these people hike this every single day, many times barefoot and with huge baskets balancing on their head. The peak was breathtaking. On the way, we met some new friends who like to follow us.
My new friend. Como urele?
Ushkat, my new BFF. We watched the sunset while heading back down, set up our mosquito net tents, and fell asleep on the concrete floor of the church. Day 2 at Platon was all about the clinic.
Hi, Jill. Good morning.
How are you? Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Almost 10 hours of non-stop work, one patient after another. Literally, people walked for miles just to get here to see a doctor. And wow, did we see a lot. Many that were sick with respiratory illness, malnutrition and high blood pressure, parasitic infections, lice, athlete's foot, cataracts, massive cysts and tumors growing on some, a young boy with a broken elbow, and one woman had numbers off the charts, diagnosed now with diabetes. Medicines of all kinds were given out, shots and IVs, a few even were transported to the hospital by donkey. This is also paid for by mustard seed missions. This is Louis McKendy. He's 7 years old and can't play like the other kids his age. Louis is most likely going to die. This was the very low part of the day. He and one other young boy has a condition called VSD, ventricular septal defect. It basically means they have a hole in their heart. I got to listen to their heart beating loudly, vibrating in their chests, and see Louis' belly and legs swollen. This is a procedure he can't get anywhere in Haiti, and it's a long, tedious process to get them into the States. But Dr. Bigda will see what they can do. The high part of the day was that we saw 200 patients, and most will feel better because of us being here. And of course, my highlight of the day was being with the kids, taking a tennis ball and throwing it back and forth a million times. It never got old, and handing out bead necklaces were like giving out gold to children and adults. As soon as I pulled one out of my pocket, it was asking for a stampede. As the sun was starting to go down, so did we, back down the mountain. I did the hike with Robert and Berthony. The whole way down was practicing my Creole, stopping along the way to practice with the village people. I have to say I could have full conversations now. Bonsoir, comment oye, papiment, sac passe, naboule, comment on relay, passe la, young jacchu, bon oui.
S'il vous plaît, femme cadeau tennis.
And finally, back on the bus and back to Lakai. I thought I had tan line on my ankle from my sneakers, but nope, dirt. And all of us are exhausted. I miss my family and friends, of course. I love my home and my job. But I have to say there's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be on this Saturday night, sleeping in my mosquito net, thinking about the adventure and all the amazing people we've met. Good night.